Cedric McMillian, still serving the U.S. All right, Cedric, you find yourself on the other side of the camera this year. We've seen you on this stage, winning that Arnold title. We've seen you competing many years. We've seen you at the Olympia stage, of course. You were actually preparing at some point for this competition, is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. It's always a goal of mine to try to do the Arnold Classic every year. Once I got here the first time in 2013. Ultimately, my goal for doing the show is just to see Arnold and to hope that he see me.
You've met him, correct?
Yeah, well, so he don't really talk to me unless I win. And I'll tell y'all a funny story. Backstage last year, he walked right past me and I said, you know, I'll try not to curse.
Yeah, go ahead.
I said, you know, it's kind of fucked up. You don't talk to me unless I win. You know, I said, when I won, you go out, and selfies and stuff, and then when I don't win, you walk right past me like you don't know me. And he looked at me, he said, you sensitive bitch. And everybody was laughing, and I laughed too, because it's him, you know. But plus I had gotten him in 2017, so it was all good. He owed me one. Yeah, so I always...
What do you mean you got him in 2017?
Y'all know what I did. You know, first of all, Mr. Ashley do it too. They try to act like they up on technology with these phones, but they be, oh, how do I, you know, they look at it like they need glasses and stuff and trying to figure it out. And so,
listen, I just got a new BlackBerry, okay, so.
Yeah, see, Arnold up here on stage trying to act like he knows something about Snapchat and all that, so he trying to make selfies. Had to do it like 2 or 3 times, and I was standing up there tired. So, okay, now plus he did a couple of selfies during my routine, you know. So I was like, he do one more selfie, I'm gonna get him. And so here he go, and I'm standing behind him, like, hurry up. And he was laughing. He started laughing, and it made it worse. His finger was missing the button. But after that, I got called all kind of names from all over the world, you know, for that. But what I was happy about with that particular moment is the next day, Arnold said it was the best time he had ever had at one of his shows, you know, on stage with me. So I don't give a damn who don't like it. Arnold liked it, and I did too.
Cedric, Mike says that the Arnold can change your life. Did it change yours?
Well, it changed my life in a sense. When I won the show, I had just began this youth program in my hometown. And I had about 30, 40 kids at the time. And it was just so many needs that was unmet in this program. And I had already made plans, man, you know, whatever money I win from the Arnold, I can bring that back, like uniforms for kids, sports equipment, and things like that. And when I actually won, I said, okay, this got to be just God trying to make a way for me to be able to do what I'm trying to do for these kids. So I took that money home and I spent all of it with my youth program. I bought a bus, you know, uniforms for the kids. I was able to actually run my program for 2 years with that money. So what I'm proud of is I was actually able to assist in the development of other people's lives with what, you know, happened here on the stage. And that was special for me.
Now, how cool is that, everybody? So to your point now, right? Not only does it change Cedric's life, but he in turn pays it forward and changes all these kids' lives. And I know I remember talking to you before that. We did an interview, I believe, sometime before the show. You said, if I win, I'm going to donate all this money to this kids' program. I got this idea, wanted to do this for a long time. That would give me the funds and the resources to put this together. True to word, you did it.
Yeah, you know, I can't really say I done it. I can just say that God, the universe, whatever, allowed me to do it as a step in everything that happened after that. I really think it is important for us to live our lives based what we want to be remembered about us when we're gone. A lot of times, bodybuilders especially, we win these shows, we have our little shrine at home with all our trophies and stuff like that. And it's kind of, hey, this was my life. And it happens to, rich businessmen too. They put so much focus on the business and being successful at what it is they do. And a lot of times, in the process, they create broken relationships, relationships that don't get maintained. And at the end of the day, this businessman or businesswoman is saying, hey, I was able to provide for all of my loved ones with my success. That's why I work so hard. Meanwhile, the people who they love the most just wanted them, not so much what they could provide from the success, but would have rather had them and experienced them more, But I think people don't realize that until it's close to the end. I think in life, what we truly need is we need love, and we need time, and we need health. And what I mean by that, what's the most important? Well, guess what? When you're young and you have plenty of time, you don't think about your health, you don't even really think about love, because you got so much time because you're young. Now, when you get older, you don't have much time, and your health is not so good, guess what you think about? I need love. I want to be surrounded by my loved ones. But all three of those things need to be maintained, and they need to be developed throughout your life in order to have a balance. I think that's important. And especially in this sport, we put so much focus in giving everything I got, being so focused, putting all of our energy towards this one thing. And so my message to you would be, if you could learn anything from me, maybe think about being able to apply balance to your life, not necessarily for yourself and what you want to accomplish, but try to create balance for those people that love you. Because let me tell you right now, I don't give a damn how many trophies at your house or how much money you made. When you're gone, none of that's gonna matter. Everybody's gonna miss you. Nobody's gonna say, I miss him, but look at all these damn trophies he got. I miss her, but look at all this money she left us. Nobody's gonna think about that. So live your life that way and make these moments now matter, and make these encounters with people matter now. A lot of times we think our legacy is what we accomplished in our life. That's what we think. But I believe our legacy is what lives on in other people because of us after we're gone. So if Mr. Ashley is able to teach me something, or just have an exchange with me that was something positive for my life that I will remember for the rest of my life, when Mr. Ashley's gone, I still remember Mr. Ashley, so he still lives inside of me. And that's what your legacy is. So we try not to live a selfish life where you just focused on you and focus on those people around you that you may be able to affect in a positive way. And I think when you do that, the universe will make sure you can get a lot done, because the universe needs more people like that. So I know I've been going on a long time, so you got another question?
So this year, and hopefully we'll get you back on a bodybuilding stage sometime in this next year. But for this year's set, you find yourself in the broadcast booth, joined by Dennis the Menace James and Amanda Latonin, and Arnold is going to be joining the broadcast team this year for a substantial portion of the show. So that's got to be kind of special to you. You shared the stage with them, now you're going to share that backstage booth with them. But what can we expect to hear out of Cedric here on covering the show?
Hey, first of all, they tricked me, because it was like, hey, Cedric, would you like to do the broadcast with Arnold? And I was like, hell yeah, right? And I'm thinking, it's going to be me and him, we sitting together. They put me all the way on the other side of the table from Arnold. He over there sitting beside Dennis. And I'm like, man, Dennis don't even care nothing about Arnold. That's my man, And they didn't let me know till I got here, because I probably would have said no if I didn't think I was going to be doing it with Arnold, you know. But one thing that I would like to bring to the show, a lot of times, and it happens in all sporting events, when you have an athlete that's great, they get criticized deeply simply because they're great. And I think it's only human nature to try to find cracks in a warrior's armor, you know. Let's try to make this person more human-like by identifying what their weaknesses are instead of celebrating their strengths, right? LeBron is great, he can't do nothing with his left hand, you know, that kind of stuff. Tom Brady's great, but it's all because of the coach, you know, that kind of stuff. And what I wanted to bring to the stage was the ability to celebrate the diversity of the body types and the physiques that are represented in the show. A lot of times we think that there's a standard. What should a person in this division look like? What is the ideal look? And I think we create a box of limitations for ourselves when we do that, instead of realizing that people come in all different shapes and sizes. And even though the nature of the show is who is best, and next, and best, and next, I would like to try to bring to the show simply celebrating everybody and what they bring instead of focusing so much on what they don't bring. So, you know, all of us have strengths, but a lot of times it shows like this, you know, hey, I've been on stage, and when I see the YouTube video and find out Bob Chickabrillo said some shit about me, like, you know, Cedric could, you know what I'm saying? Or Dennis James done said some bullshit, you know, I'm like, man, you ain't know, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting in my feelings, right? So to have the opportunity to be a current competitor and to be able to help broadcast or announce a show, to me, that part is very important. And also, what I think this allows is for us to actually grow the sport and make it bigger. I would like to try to help broadcast the show in a way for people who don't know much about certain divisions to be able to gain a better understanding of it, or to make people interested in other parts of the show instead of just their favorite part, you know? If you think about it, back in your day, back in Arnold's day, the audience is full of just normal people who want to come see this amazing entertainment, these beautiful bodies. And they just want to experience that, right? And celebrate it. Now think about it. At every bodybuilding show now, the audience is full of other bodybuilders. And that's it. Because ain't nobody else interested in what we're doing. And to me, that means something we ain't doing right. Because we're not reaching outside of, you know, just our small community. And I think if we keep going the way we are, our little community is going to get smaller and smaller. And let's be honest, you've had a long career, and it was all catapulted from what you did in bodybuilding. So that shows that people that can achieve this and develop their physiques, there is a mainstream of people for it. You know, when you stand beside this football player, he might have been hit on the football field, but you look better than him. You know what I'm saying? So this normal person is going to be like, wow, look at Mike Ashley, you know. So there is the ability to have a mainstream appeal. I believe it's just that we don't reach outside our realm and try to make it more understandable for people that aren't involved in the sport. So I want to try to do that.
Well, Cedric, we are all looking forward to your raw, unedited, can only be Cedric commentary. I for one looking forward to it, man. So good for you. Can't wait to hear it out of the booth. Yeah. Cedric McMillian.
And look, y'all please that I don't say no cuss words on the internet tomorrow, okay?
I've got $1 million it says. There ain't no way that you can get through 5 minutes of that broadcast. Listen, it's you, man. Come on, just keep it real. Do what you do. Anybody agree? Yeah. Otherwise, it just wouldn't be Cedric, right? I mean, you know, we should do like you know, like when you were a kid, your mother would have like the jar, like if you just squeeze it. We should do a charity thing, right? Where Cedric's got to put $100 in the jar every time he cusses. I'm getting the idea that's going to be a sizable donation, and that's all I'm saying, but.